Ross, how have you enjoyed the time over in Adelaide for Gathering? You got down to the Barossa, seen the sights. What's your week look like?
No, I haven't got the Barossa. I would have liked to, but yeah. So we flew in last week. We're solely focused on executing against Port, and that was a really tough battle. So we're really pleased with that. Made us buoyant for the next 24 hours, and then, pretty confronting GWS in form at a unique sized oval, I suppose, a contested brand. So reviewed it, need to work on our ball use. Our stoppage work was pretty clean. And then trying to identify the threats of the Giants, which they've got a few. But overarching threat is obviously their game style. And they've been able to execute, around the country. So it is beautiful down here.
What did you learn from playing at Norwood last year in terms of how to play the ground?
It's really interesting. Well, 6 down at half time against the Tigers, so I was in a stressed state. It's triggering me going back there, to be honest. So we had a lot of work to do at half time, but yeah, it's a real contested brand there, which we've been strong in the contest. But ultimately, I was just thinking about it. Like, you've got to win the ball, don't you? Put your head over the ball, have good clearance work. Starts at the source. Watched the second half of last night. Prior to that, I was sort of watching the netball in the 19 championship, so Vic versus NT. So, but what I saw was like fierceness at the source, take some ground, and I think that's where most teams and momentum ebbs and flows. So that's going to be critical for us.
What do you think of the brick wall? It's pretty close.
Yeah. Well, I said we were trying to identify what we're going to put into it, right? But I'm a remnant of the 80s, right? So, yeah, no, serious. It's probably something. I don't know. They might put up some foam or something. Actually, Tony Brown broke his hand there in the wall when he played there. Yeah, so maybe he got thrown in. I don't think Norwood, the Redlegs, like those people from Port Adelaide, do they?
No, they do not.
Which we all understand that, right? So, yeah, it's a picturesque ground. It's, important part of gather around. So we just accept it. We don't dwell on it.
Is the skipper going to be fitting up the play?
That's the aim. He's training today, so yeah, that's the aim.
If he gets through, he plays.
Yeah, well, that's logical, isn't it? Hang on, he's trained, he gets through, will he play? Of course he'll play.
It's a pretty light session, isn't it?
Hey?
Pretty light session. What does
Is
he have
it?
to show
Not
you?
really.
What does he have to show you to play?
No, I'll just pick you up on that. No, it's our intense.
Okay.
It's our most intense session a week, so strap yourself in, right? So it's 4 or 5. Yeah, T2, it's where we get it done. T1's really light. That's like a loosener. Yep. So yeah, they'll have to train well.
Got it. So how does your preparation change being in Adelaide for the week? Is anything change, or do you sort of try and keep it as similar as possible?
No, identical. Oh, we did a bit in the community, but we've had time because the players got 2 days off post game. We always give that. We review on the third day, half day, the day between, and T2. They have an activation tomorrow, and we have a final team meeting. So no, it's the opportunity to go out for dinners together, line dinners, staff dinner, just connect as a footy club. That's probably the opportunity. And it's been incredible weather in a beautiful part of Adelaide.
How do you handle Jesse Hogan? He's hard to stop him.
Yeah, he's not a bad player, but they've got a lot of stringers pretty handy. Cadman, so Keneally, Kelly, Green, Ward, Aish, Buckley, Taylor, like they're, Briggs. So look, it's about system and effort, and you could have David Dench down there, you've got to put pressure on the ball. If it's coming in clean, it'll be really difficult. So look, he'll have his moments, but hopefully we take, like last week, Georgiades had a lot of moments as well. So we just got to keep working hard and stay in the moment, and just keep working to the end of the game and see where that takes us. Can't hear. We've got a bad ear. I had 2 ear grafts. Yeah.
Callum Wilkie be a candidate for Hogan?
Yeah, be a candidate.
Such a reliable. I mean, he often gives size away, but why has he turned into such a reliable?
Well, he's good at his craft. He trains every session. Since I've been here, I think he's missed 1 session. So, any young players want to be a good player, get on the track, right? So, and he's got great craft, great body work. There's a lot goes into make great plays. He's courageous. He's got good skills. So. But again, he needs some dirty ball in, really. And, it's a complementary team, bit of team defence to help. So everyone gets beaten. So it's a game of continuous failures, isn't it? You just got to keep getting on and look for some good moments.
You're going to be one of the matches of
the round in gather round. Could you honestly have foreseen that a month ago, or are you where you thought you'd be?
Yeah, look, I lost my crystal ball, right? I don't tend to polish it up too much and look too far ahead. I haven't got that luxury. You know what? You write your own story. So we've written this story. So everyone's got stories written about us. It's just which one they pull out of the drawer. We're going to be negative about the Saints, are going to be positive. So in the end, you write your own story with performance and action.
Is the good story giving the boys and your staff a bit of energy at the moment?
Mate, I don't tune into the media. I used to, but I flick the bails when it become nonsensical. So it doesn't drive or motivate me. Pursuing developing a great team is what motivates me, and all there is continuous improvement.
What about the fans?
I think you're overstating your
but
position.
The fans' excitement, do you feel that?
Well, we hear them roaring and we hear them roll up, and the memberships, and I see how hard our membership team work. I see how many calls they make a day, but footy clubs live on hope, right? So they see the excitement of our senior players playing well, and then Messiah and Mitch and all those guys, and Wilson and Travaglia. So, yeah, perception's reality, isn't it?
Last couple of Miles Bergen at Port Adelaide, do you take some time to squeeze in a chat with him while you're here?
No, not at all. Sometimes the newspapers, the platforms are proxies for clubs, right? So they float things up for what they want, not for what we want.
Hey, just quickly, Ross, who needs to get their snout out of the trough of the AFL?
Well, no one in particular. I think everyone's got their snout in the trough. That's why you got your beautiful suit on, right? Like someone's paying for it. So, I don't know. The game was in rude health. I don't get stuck on it too much, but it's not just about the coaches. I'd really make that point. It's the football department. It's our sports science. It's our physio. It's our doctors. It's our psychs. Tony Brown, PDM. It's all of that goes to supporting and developing players to put them on, right? So it's just, and I'm certainly not an activist, because I think in the end head office will do what they do, right? Like there's an AFL Coach Association. I think they're really good people, but we're a paper tiger, right? We've got no muscle, have we? Otherwise, if we had muscle, do you reckon we'd be 1.5 down in the soft cap? I wouldn't have thought so, right? Because we'd strike. We strike, your old man would jump into the chair pretty quick, right? So we're a paper tiger, but hopefully the respect for what everyone in football contributes to the rude financial health of the competition's respected. It's just illogical to think they're still 1.5 under.
I think Laura Kane was saying that she wants to get on the front foot. I think she said yesterday after Brad Scott sort of opened the discussions publicly, said she wants to get in touch with Brad and talk things through. Is that something that you try and get involved with in terms of?
I talk to anyone. I even talk to the press these days. So, look, I got my full hat here. That's not so. I really worry about the next wave of coaches and PDM, because you've got to work at it. You've got to develop your craft. But even PDM funding is difficult. So look, I get it, but I hear what's been put up. I have a look at it. I'm supportive of what Brad said, but I'm not going to be an activist. I haven't got time. I haven't got the inclination. Not my problem.
Happy to help.